What do I say to my friend who had a miscarriage?
I know there's nothing words can do to make this less devastating. I just want you to know I love you and want to be there for you in any way I can. Whatever you need, I'm here. It doesn't have to be profound or something that lifts her spirits, because you can. Sometimes people just have to grieve, and the only thing you can do for them is be there, and let them know you care.
Having been through this several times, please know you don't have to say anything that will fix it for her. There are no words that make it feel better. "I am so sorry" is enough, really. With a hug or a shoulder to cry on, or some nourishing/comforting food. You could also say, "I don't know much about this, but one thing I do know is that you are a wonderful person and these losses are not your fault. You didn't deserve them." She likely is still experiencing physical discomfort and fatigue, so maybe if you're local you could go over to her place, tuck her in on the couch with a heating pad, and do the dishes for her/make some dinner.
Or ask her if it would be okay to send her a little memorial gift. He found some necklaces on Etsy that have always been well received, little wire birds' nest with eggs in them representing the babies that were lost. Also sent a sun catcher with real forget-me-not flowers in it. I actually have an aunt who's had 2 miscarriages already in like the last 10 years, and she just had a newborn baby last year as a result of the lockdown 2020 baby burst. She's honestly happier than ever and her child is alive and well. I don't really know what you could say to her either about the recent events in her life, but when it comes to her thinking that she's not fit to be a mother, here you have an example for her of why the tragedies she's been through don't affirm that statement, and then it can get better.
Just ask how is she doing and say that you are sorry. Don't go into details. If she wants to talk about it, she will.
Let her vent to you and listen. You don't have to have the perfect thing to say. Just don't go with any of the known bad things like "it wasn't meant to be" or "it wasn't a baby yet, it was to her." Also, that's ridiculous about not being meant to be a mother. If she can't have kids of her own, there are options like adopting. She's just probably struggling to accept what has happened.
I've experienced a pregnancy loss at 9 weeks, and the worst things I heard were some variation of "everything happens for a reason." Sometimes it was "this is God's plan," not helpful because I'm an atheist, and "you'll be a mother someday." You can't guarantee that. Now that I have a baby, someone actually had the nerve to say, "See? It all worked out." I'm extremely grateful for my son, but it was a rough journey to get to this place.
Miscarriages happen way more than anyone knows, talks about. It doesn't mean it's not horrible and heartbreaking. I don't think you can say much of anything except that you love them, and when they feel the want to talk about it, you'll be present for them. Give her a hug, like a real good one, and let her know you are there for her. A friend of mine had one, and I simply told her I was sorry for her. I told her I was there if she wanted to talk about it, or, on the contrary, be distracted from it. I think it's a good way to help people facing something like that.
Better luck next time.
You don't necessarily have to say anything. Just be there to emotionally support your friend. Give her a hug if she needs one. If she needs a shoulder to cry on, then be that person she can come to if need be. Remind her it's not her fault. These things sadly happen in life for the most unexpected of reasons. Beyond our control. Just don't be too pushy. If she needs space, give it to her until she feels like she's ready to open up to you if she chooses. I think people handle it differently, so I can only say what I appreciate. Just be someone she can talk to and try out different thoughts with. Don't try to cheer her up. Don't say, "It won't happen next time." Neither of you know if it will happen again. Don't start a sentence with "at least." Quote. Don't tell her to eat pineapple or keep her feet warm or whatever next time. People have many different ideas of what helps with fertility, but it's likely she and her doctor knows what actually works better than you. Don't ever suggest that she can adopt, unless she brings up the idea. You can say that it sucks that this happened to her, But don't try to demonstrate your own sadness. She has enough of her own emotions and doesn't want to deal with yours as well. You can show interest in what she is dealing with, but don't treat it as some entertaining story or gossip that you have to be updated on. Unless she says that it's okay. Avoid bringing it up before she does. Don't look at her with pity every time you see her. Having fertility issues is like having to fight an emotional battle. It's tough, but you seldom feel like things are just happening to you. Rather, you're involved with trying to regulate your emotions, doing research, following doctor's advice, etc. It can feel like you're so exhausted that you don't have any more energy. But seeing pity in friends' eyes is not something that fuels your energy. Be there to talk if and when your friend wants. But a friend sent me chocolates with just a simple, "I'm sorry you're going through this," note. It was such a kind gesture. And it meant so much.
Dodged a bullet. My wife had two and was told it's unlikely she would ever carry to term. We now have a 23 years/O son, a 21 years/O son and a 13 years/O daughter.
Just comfort. Be yourself around her. If she wants to talk and forget, talk about everything else. If she wants to talk about everything, be there and listen. Honestly, you could ask her what she wants. I would have preferred that to all the, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It'll all be okay. Maybe, I'm worried because I'm your friend. And I want to make sure I'm giving you what you need right now. Do you want to talk about it? Talk about something else to take your mind off it for a while. Or do you need some time alone?" Quote. Honestly, that would have been the best thing anyone could have said to me. Sorry for your loss. That seems to be about the best to say. When I had a miscarriage, what helped was finding out how common they were and how multiple people I knew had them. I didn't feel as alone then. My wife and I went through 5 years of miscarriages. The less you say, the better. Your friend will open up when they are ready. Unless you've been through it, you can never understand the weight of the situation. Many thoughts, blaming yourself, wondering why you, the high of the initial pregnancy and the crushing defeat of losing a child. Again, it is a crippling experience and makes you feel very alone. It's likely your friend is also having troubles with their partner. Make sure you check in on them as well, as it will be very hard on their relationship. Just don't cut contact unintentionally, even if you don't know what to say. My sister had 2 miscarriages last year, and she said that the worst part was that a lot of friends didn't reach out to say anything when they didn't know what to say. Her ferritin levels were measured after the second miscarriage and she got some kind of iron supplements. She welcomed their first baby this year. I'm very sorry for what you're going through. I don't know what to say or do to help, but if there's anything I can do to make you feel better, just let me know. 4 miscarriages here. You don't have to say anything more than, "I'm here if you need to talk." That sucks, and, you're right. It's not fair that it keeps happening. Give her a little time to feel her feelings. Then do things to keep her mind off it and just be her friend. For God's sakes, never say, "Things happen for a reason," or, "What's meant to be will be."
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. CAtoWATOBA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.